Hi guys, we're almost at the end of the season, 30 minutes left. I wanted to go into my defenses because we haven't done one of these videos in a while. And I'm awake and I did Arena Assault, which is the mode. That's not my most hated mode, but it's one of the modes that I enjoy playing the least. Um, so this is the team that we ended up with, and this is the team that we started with. Um, what's special about these teams? Again, I like Raven. I like the Gale Force. If for any reason anybody gets hit, nobody has more than 66 attack, so they will get chunked. He will proc Heavy Blade. He will proc Gale Force on the first initiation, and so most of the times he kills two people. And once again, the 3 movement from the Azura dance is retained even if he gets danced by Ninian afterwards or even if Gale Force procs. So that's the main strange part about this team. Everything else is super standard. As we've seen in the other weeks, the left side is my weak side. It can sort of be exploited here. They run a bridal pure. We actually faced a lot of copies of Ike this week. Um, it's good to play an Omega tank such as Brave Ike in weeks where a mythic hero is the bonus unit, so in this case Peony. Some people take the option to just run three offense mythics, which is perfectly fine. You would get, in the case of double air, you would get plus 5 res, plus 5 HP, so that's a lot of stats. I ended up using, since I have him, I ended up using Legendary Eliwood a bit more. He provides bonus doubler. That's the main thing. If Ike doesn't get panicked, he is perfectly fine, and is ends up being the much better option because he represents 6 more into each stat. If you're running a speed bike, that's even better. And yeah, here is the first time that we're gonna see this. And we get the dancer kill. And yeah, being bunched up in the corner. I think they could have been fine. I'm not sure if they could have been great against Raven. But maybe it's possible that Lucina just got sniped. There's very few ways to protect her. So yeah. Next match. Uh, this team, I don't think has much thought put behind it. I don't even think it's third season, so I don't know what this flying Grima is doing. And the Kaburaya Fjorm is, I think she's a bonus unit because it's New Year's. And yeah, he can't tank the bike. The legendary Alm, so he loses 2 units right off the bat. Once again, we took a lot of we suffered a lot from these lane 2, lane 3 tactics rooms. More and more people I'm bringing them, and my team sort of gets stuck in this area. Not in this area down here, but in these 2 columns. Boop and boop. Second answer kill. Next up, we actually rematched this guy. He's running basically no merges, and so he looked possible to defeat. Cyrdo with the rally up. I don't know what this is about. This isn't a very optimized team, but then again, it's a 3 mythic team. And Norn, she survives the first hit. Can't say that. Can't say the same for the second one. If this team had any sort of ground orders, I could even actually I could consider, if I had the spare, I could consider running ground orders on Legendary Azora, because then We'll see at the beginning of the next match. Unfortunately, I don't have the fodder for ground doors. I really wish I did in order to run a couple experiments. I really wish I had fodder for both grounders and null follow up. With null follow up, I have one. I have one copy of Fallen Merida. But yeah, that's just the one copy, unfortunately. And here, with this match, as you'll see, if here it is, if Lilina had Death Blow 4 instead of Death Blow 3, Deserter would have been dead, and he wouldn't have been able to beat my team. So yeah, something that I will consider. I have the fodder for Death Blow 4. I do. I just need to invest it to spend it. Um, this is another team that's sort of just put together. Some people are able to get some success from Gale Force Nezala. I personally don't feel it's particularly strong. Like, it's a Gale Forcer, nothing special. Um, and he doesn't have any weird tricks. That's the problem. What does his weapon do? Right, that's Phantom Speed damage bonus. Okay, okay. But yeah, he's a flying horse, and those are good. But then again, as you'll see, here he kind of messes up and he transforms back. I think this guy goes on two sides and leaves the Nesala to die. He breaks the healing tower, he pulls back. This week was a bolt tower week, so many people were actively targeting my healing tower. It's kind of protected, but then again, not perfect. And something that I've noticed in the last few weeks is that people are not burning their ladders. They're just I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. Here I think he might have misclicked, pulled down, and yeah. It used to be, especially as soon as we got the ladder change, that people were just going, well, I can't take this match. I will try another one. You've seen me do it as well. If I don't get a perfect week, I kind of stop trying. I don't take the matches. I give them up, and yeah. And here he gets the bot and kills Azura. And we rematched this guy as well. This guy I didn't know if I wanted to rematch because he's got a bunch of merges. I think he's got plus 10 by right, yeah. And he's got how many merges? 3 merges, no merges, no merges, no merges. Yeah. I was on the fence about this guy, and I ended up not rematching him because I had other options. What else? Oh, this sucks. 40 speed on air doesn't soak speed from Brave. I could probably would have put Dragon Flowers on her in order to prevent that. But no, never mind. Lucina has 47 speed. Jesus, that's a lot of speed. Okay. And yeah, if this hit ground orders, that would mean that he could go here, that she could go here to rally, and then she could dance them, and she would go 1 2 1 2, and she would be able to. They would be able to hit over here, and that is without considering a legendary Azora dance. So yeah, I am definitely. I don't want to say definitely, but yeah, I am most likely, if I manage to pull lots of ground warriors, give one copy to legendary Azora. Some people run legendary Azura with guidance as well. Some people, yeah, because they want these sort of tricks. But that was more common before Grand Orders became common. People were doing stuff like the Azura moves to the front of a setup, and a gigantic armor ball of stats would go in with like bold fire and I don't know, a special, and basically with Death Blow 4 and just nuke like that. It's not that popular anymore because those setups were usually thought out to go in one direction only, and if you went around them, they weren't as powerful. Not to mention that you would have to use armors, and armors just aren't very good. Mia is being nervous again. I don't know what's going on with her. And yeah, this was the setup that we saw. I think we looked at it yesterday as well. This is the guy that goes two ways and eventually beats me, but he has to suffer a lot. And here, it's probably one of those matches where if I had this encounter on Selif, he would have been able to deal with the Reinhardt and the air at the end. Next week, I think the bonus building would be Tactics Room. I need to check again. I don't know if I put it in already. That's what he said. But we need to, yeah, it's best to check before tomorrow so that we don't have fort disadvantage on the first battle. And this is one of the matches where Raven is just there and he's unable to do much because he's stuck. Mia. And we saw these earlier, but let's look at them again. This one was a super random and I would say unoptimized weird air thing with the seals being swapped. I think he wanted to have visible buffs with Hone Flyers and Fortified Res 4, but it's really hard to tell what their intentions were. And the green just being there, I don't really understand. I might actually, I don't remember if I have a green on light or on Astra, because since next week we have Mr. -2 cooldown to infantry units, we might as well use him alongside a green and maybe use her to like give her instantly the big special. I don't know though. I think I would have to run a copy of infantry pulse as well. That sounds confusing. An uncontested Seliph is deceptively powerful, because many people will go, yeah, well, it's a Seliph, he's got 1 HP, how much damage can he do? But if he manages to get Vengeance active and proc it, that's really big, and especially on light season, air is insanely squishy. If any physical unit manages to hit her, she goes down. There's just no two ways about it. This is the Eureka setup with the Kitsune Dudat, I think. That I love this accessory. Accessories are... they would be one of my favorite things about the game, if not for the fact that many of them have just been freaking headbands. There was a post on Reddit about it, and I agree, headbands are super boring. I don't mind pins, tassels, stuff like that. I would like earrings. Earrings look really badass. Um, and yeah, they're just so boring. The newest accessories have been just so plain. And there's also another thing where with my airs, I haven't done it yet, but I do it with my Nagas, where I have two of the same accessory on them, but one is yellow or one is dark and one is light. This way I can remember which one of them has the repo and which one has the smite, which makes it easier to recognize them at first glance and position them correctly. But beyond that, it's just, yeah, accessories. One of these days I'm gonna try making an Eureka, but I didn't pull for close call. I don't have close call or repel, unfortunately. So she wouldn't be exactly optimized, and I don't know if it's worth the investment. I am I should finally getting my PC tomorrow, by the way. The guy told me it's been repaired, but there's another thing that's not working, and it was the water cooling pump. So I ordered a new one, and it should arrive tomorrow from Amazon. I hope it's gonna arrive when I'm at home and not when I'm going to pick up my computer. Um, but yeah, once I have my computer back, I wanna make the video about the first units that I would advise to invest in for an AR player. Um, yeah, I think that would be really helpful, even if it's in the end it's just an opinion piece. But I feel that some units you just cannot go wrong with. And yeah, this happened. The guy didn't get the pots, but I guess he didn't need them. Uh, did we? What's the building for next week? It's the tactics room. Yes, it is. Okay, shit. By the way, here are my orb and feather counts. Feathers. Once again, I have many feathers that I can still get. I have these units, so that's a lot of them. There's 5, 10, 15. Let's say 20. So 20 x 60 is 120,000 plus a few more. So let's say 140,000, 115,000 more feathers. So that would be 3 full heroes from nothing that I can build. And I'm afraid that 2 of them I am going to have to build, because for my dark defense, I have decided that, well, with merges on Sylvia, I think I'm fine. I might want to go to 51 HP base, but I don't know if that's super necessary. No, I'm not gonna go Dragon Flowers because I don't have enough, but I'm gonna have to build a Kagero. She's gonna go to +9. Same for Eliwood. Ideally, he would go to +9. Maybe I will save a little bit on him. But yeah, +9 is when they get their final attack ABs, attack and speed ABs, which are the ones that you need the most. And yeah, still need to decide on whatever is left. So for next week, you guys, this is a work in progress. It's just an option, but I don't know 100%. This is the map where you usually want to go on the right. And this is also a double lunge setup. It would be a double lunge setup, so that you can't really use these spots, because I'm gonna pull you out of them. And with this map, there's this thing that you can do. Yes, you can put these here, but you can also put the Panic Manor in a way that's really hard to pick off, and it affects these spots. So these are bait. Even if you ended up the turn here, if for any reason you end your turn at lower than full HP, you would get panicked, and that would be bad for you. This tree is also in the way, and this combination of the fortress and the wall prevents you from utilizing this area at all, and also it protects the healing tower. So yeah, this match is something that many people used to look down on because of the protection spots, but yeah, it's something that I'm considering. It's not finalized just yet. What else? Well, my team for next week, you probably recognize this. One thing that I am considering is to run Miracle on this trace here. This way it would enable the Wings of Mercy chain even more. But I don't know. Maybe I will do it, maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this weekly roundup. Thank you guys for watching. I really enjoy that a number of people are watching my videos and keeping up with the channel. And yeah, I guess I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.